So my name is Chelsea Shelton. I am the fleet manager at Washington Gas. We service the DMV area. The day-to-day things that we do at the company, we have different departments. We have about 800 plus vehicles and about 600 plus assets, which is like trailers, excavators, backhoes, skid steers, things like that. So I came to Washington Gas in 2016. I've been using FleetWave ever since I got there, so about 9.5 years. The features that we use is the literal fleet management database system. Basically, we just use FleetWave to store our data, run KPIs, and track compliance. FleetWave is beneficial because it literally helps us track vehicles from cradle to grave, right? So as soon as we get the vehicle, as soon as we procure the vehicle, we can track upfit, like what upfitter is it at? How much does the vehicle cost? If we want to dispose of a vehicle, we sell it through another third-party system, but that system imports into FleetWave, right? So we know how much we got for that vehicle. We can track budget. We track fuel cost. We know how we're trending 5 years versus 3 years. We track our natural gas, right? So we track our liquid fuel versus our natural gas fuel. And then compliance, right? So we need to know that the vehicles are safe. So emissions, inspections, things like that. So, I mean, registrations, you name it. It literally, it's our database of truth for our operation. I would say that probably over the last 2 years that we probably have reduced the older fleet, just because we also use the tool where we can see, okay, what's the age, what's the odometer, how many maintenance hours is going into that, and it kind of benchmarks based off of what we have our parameters set in the system. So I would say we've probably reduced about 20% of our older fleet just by having the scores, the fleet utilization screen. Just by having the scores to see, okay, what's old, and it helps me out too, right? Because just because something is older doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be replaced. You know, something newer could have higher mileage, higher idle hours, and that should go first. I would say that has really helped us in like the past 2.5 years, especially this particular year. So I would also say it helps us because we had to buy aggressively in 2023, and it literally helped us track and know where everything was. We have multiple upfitters. It helped with that. It helped us know which departments is going to. It helped us understand which style vehicles that we need. So I think that also productivity in the shop is my biggest thing. So that's something that we just recently added, and it's visible to all of the garages, so the guys can see how well their shop is doing versus another shop. And our productivity was significantly lower, but now I require them to have 80-20, and they have every single week on Friday. When I calculate the entire week, it's 86, it's 90, so they're being highly productive by just having those type of tools. We use the compliance tool where you go into the site, you pull over the little car on the top, and it shows all of our compliance. We can see what's due, what's coming up due, and what's overdue. We were at a place at one point where our assets were overdue and they weren't visible, and so by having that compliance menu, it helped us continue to keep our guys safe, because we know, hey, this trailer hasn't been inspected. Let's go find it. How many days is it overdue? So I think that that's the main thing. Our guys make sure that they have all their certifications up to date, which means they're safe, and then it helps us track the vehicles and equipment, you know, to make sure things aren't behind, which keeps not only the vehicle in great in compliance, but also keeps the driver who's operating that machine safe too.
I use FleetWave to input vehicle information or equipment information from cradle to grave. So we use the order screen when we order vehicles or equipment. We input them into the order screen, and then we just take them all the way down until we make the vehicles active or equipment active. I also run reports, like for registrations. We use the KPIs to track the budget, track the fuel. It's just so easy to use. It's easy, everything is there. As long as you input the information correctly, everything you need is there. It's our system of truth. Anything that we need to change or any questions, like if someone comes and asks, you know, when was the last service done, we can go in FleetWave and everything is there.
So right now, across the board, we have 4 different locations. On average, we have about 5 techs at each location, so about 20 techs, all in-house. Everybody loves it. It's just very, very easy to use. I use FleetWave a lot on my everyday roles, from inputting vehicle information and servicing vehicles, working on vehicles. We use it a lot every day. Mainly the clock in and off on tickets. It's just the biggest thing is just time tracking. You know, what you did that day, how you managing your time, you know, all the way down to taking breaks, lunch, all of that. So It's a good reference to be able to track your time from the time you get in to the time you leave. Timing aspect is just even locating vehicles, being able to just have everything at the click of a button, and the way the integration is. So we also use another app, Geotab. So Geotab itself, we can actually pull information into FleetWave to be able to locate vehicles. Quick, easy tab, where's this vehicle? From FleetWave, and it'll automatically connect with Geotab so that we can locate these vehicles and get them into service in a proper manner. FleetWave itself will be able to help us better get what we need to the proper departments. A lot of other times we would get certain vehicles and then we wouldn't know necessarily what they have or what type of vehicle types that they have, but unless we was like through a spreadsheet or something like that. So FleetWave itself is just click of a button. We can go to a certain call center and we can literally say, okay, they're using these type of vehicles, so that when we go to the order process, now we know, okay, this is what they've been using, so that we can use that as a baseline for moving forward and ordering new product. You guys are amazing. There's no other way to say it. Like the biggest thing is like when we do have a problem, having that point of contact and it not being a 1-800 number, it's amazing.